Hey guys, hope you're well. Now today I want to talk to you about a certain cost that's associated when trading the forex market. Now it's often referred to as the swap. Sometimes you might hear it called the carry trade or the rollover fee. It's important you understand this, how it all works, how it affects your account, because if you hold trades for long periods of time, it could work out as a significant expense on your trading. Now, before I continue, let me remind you to subscribe to the channel here at ForexSignals.com if you don't already do so. Little trick, I'm sure you already know, hit that bell notification, that way you'll be notified the moment the next video has been released. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and of course, if you follow us on Facebook, you can tune in live every Monday afternoon, 2 PM London time, where we discuss trading opportunities for the week ahead. Hope you enjoy today's video. Okay, so let's get right into it. Now, it doesn't matter what trading entity you're trading, whatever financial market you're looking at, there's always going to be an associated cost to trading, the cost of doing business. And the forex market is no different. The forex market has three main costs to consider. You may be familiar with the broker commission and the spread. Today we're going to talk about the swap. But let me just quickly scan over the broker commission and the spread as well, so you're quite familiar with what those costs are. I'll do that by putting up a typical MT4 trading platform. Now this is a demo account, it's not real money, I can't do any damage. Anyone can download a demo account from your broker that you choose to use. Here I've got 4 charts on here at the moment. I've got the one-click trading tab switched on, switched off. Here I've got a default of 1 standard contract. Now if I was to click there, I am buying 1 standard contract of the dollar against the Canadian dollar. Now, if I go to the terminal of the MT4 platform, I can see the commission that's been charged on that transaction. Here, on this case, it is $7. So the broker is charging me $7 to place 1 standard contract. And clearly, if I was to change that to a lesser amount, 0.5 or so, something like that, or well, that's come up to $5.99, my commission there on that trade will be $41. That's almost a 6 contract trade. Clearly, it is a demo account. I'm not going to be just using that for the sake of this YouTube presentation. But that gives you an indication of what the commission will be like when you place a trade. Now, the other associated cost, of course, is the spread. Now the spread is a difference between the buying price and the selling price. And depending on what currency pair you're trading, that spread could widen. Some currency pairs, like the majors, anything against the US dollar, the currency spread is normally quite tight, so it's not an actual major cost. But of course, if you're trading some of the exotic pairs, further down here, you may have the euro against the Hong Kong dollar. You've got a 4 pip spread in there. So some of the non so active trading currency pairs will have a wider spread. So you need to consider that when you are deciding what currency pairs to trade, because again, the cost of the spread can be significant on certain currency pairs. So that's basically the spread and the commission. Now let's look at the swap. The swap. Now, most rookie traders, when they come into trading for the first time, they've never heard of the word swap. They've no idea what it means, no concept of what this fee is that's been deducted from their trading account. That's why we want to talk about it today. Swap is also referred to as the cost of carry, or sometimes referred to as the rollover charge. It's basically a fee that your broker charges for holding a position overnight. Overnight? Forex market is 24 hours a day, I hear you cry. What do you mean overnight? Well, every 24 hours, a particular broker will close a daily candle and open up a new candle. That's why you get the daily candles. So every 24 hours, a new candle will develop on the daily chart. Now, typically we use the 5 PM New York close, but your broker may vary in this, may vary by a couple of hours. So it certainly is worth checking out what daily close your broker is using. So if you are holding a trade position overnight through that 5 PM New York close, there is a potential for you to get charged a fee for that privilege. In certain circumstances, you may actually receive a payment for holding that position overnight as well, and more about that in a moment. Now, the number one reason why a particular currency pair ever moves up or down is because of interest rates. Now, interest rates determine how much it basically costs to borrow money and how much you get back if you deposit money in a savings account or bond or whatever it is. Now, interest rates are determined by a number of factors, as we know: inflation, employment. That's why us as traders, we're always looking at the fundamental news that's released periodically throughout the week, so we can gauge where the central bank's interest rates will be in the future. And these interest rates in different economies can vary quite a lot. Here you can see, courtesy of global rates, the central bank interest rates from around the world. Here you can see, courtesy of global rates, the central bank interest rates from around the world. Here you've got the Central Bank of Australia interest rates at 0.25%. You've got the American Fed interest rates at the moment at 0.25%. You've got the European Central Bank at 0% interest rates. You've got the UK here at 0.01% interest rates. And it's these interest rates that basically affect our swap rates that the broker charges for holding these positions, as I say, overnight. So when we're trading the Forex market using leverage, which is basically a loan from the broker, we receive interest on the currency that we bought, but we have to pay interest on the currency that we sold. So clearly, if we buy a currency that has a higher level of interest than the one we sold, this would mean we get paid. This would be known as a positive swap. If we bought a currency that has a lower interest than the one we sold, this means we'd have to pay interest, and this would be known as a negative swap. So in this example, this is the pound against the Australian dollar. Let's assume we're doing a buy trade. A buy trade means we'll be buying the pound and we'll be selling the Australian dollar. So if we're buying the pound and the interest rate is 0.01%, that is the interest that we receive by holding those pound positions. And again, if you're using leverage, they can be quite big. So you're receiving 0.1% interest on the British pounds that you hold, but consequently, you've got to pay interest on the currency that you have sold. So we've sold the Australian dollar, we've got to pay interest on that money. Now this would be a negative swap. This basically means we get charged the difference between 0.25 and 0.1 on that transaction, and that is the swap fee that's taken from our account. This is a negative swap. If, for example, we're trading the Australian dollar against the euro, again, this is a buy trade. It's a long trade. So it means we're buying the Australian dollar and we're selling the euro. In this example, we would receive interest of 0.25% on the Australian dollars that we've bought, and we would be paying out zero interest on the euros that we have sold. So the swap is determined by the differential in the level of interest rates. This will be classified as a positive swap. We would actually receive money by holding that position overnight through that 5 p.m. New York candle. Indeed, if that's when your broker switches the daily candles, that's a positive swap. So how do you work out the exact cost? What it means in real terms to your trading account? Slightly complicated, I know. But many of the broker platforms now, they provide you a calculator where you can work out the cost of carrying your position overnight. Here's an example. So I've selected the Forex calculators. I've gone for the swap calculator here. This is the account currency. Let's assume I want to trade my US dollar account. And let's assume now that I'm looking at taking a long-term position, perhaps in, say, the pound against the Japanese yen, something like that. So I select the pound yen. My contract size, if I'm trading one standard contract, clearly that's going to be 100,000. Basically, my cost of swap, my swap charge for holding the position overnight through the change of the daily candle, is going to be $2 per one standard contract. Doesn't sound very much, does it? But if I hold that position for a year, that's basically over $700 just for holding that position. Now, of course, I can change the lot size. Let's assume I wanted to trade just, say, a half a contract. So I might be trading 50,000 there. That would come in with a swap value of just $1 because, of course, I'm using just a half a contract. So you can see these swap values are important if you hold them for long periods of time. And again, of course, depending on the trade size that you do. So I now want to show you a quick summary of what I've discussed so that you're not left in any doubt about what we are talking about. Okay, so here we go. The swap is the interest credit or debit that you get into your account for holding a Forex position overnight through the daily close of that candle. As I said, many brokers have different times when they close their daily candle. Typically though, it's the 5 p.m. New York close, but you need to check that out with your broker so you know when the swap, the rollover fee, will be charged or indeed credited. So if you're buying a currency with a higher interest rate than the one that you've sold, this would be known as a positive swap. If you're trading a currency pair with a positive swap, you're actually going to earn money overnight. You're actually going to receive interest. So swaps are not an all bad thing, but you need to know whether you're trading with a positive swap or indeed a negative swap. So consequently, if you're buying a currency with a lower interest rate than the currency that you sold, then this would be known as a negative swap. That's when you'd pay money for holding that position overnight. That is a negative swap. The longer you hold a position, the bigger the swap credit or debit will be. Why? Clearly because it accrues each and every day. So you need to factor that in if you're looking at swing trading. Swing trading typically is holding positions for weeks, months, sometimes years on end. You need to factor in the swap to see if that is going to be detrimental to your trade. So the longer you hold the trade, the bigger the swap factor will be. Interest rate changes daily with market interbank rates. So whatever you see here on that calculator, they are changing throughout the trading day as interest rates move in the interbank market. The other thing you need to factor in, of course, is the size of the trade. The size of the trade will affect the swap rate as well, because you're factored in as a percentage of the overall money that you're borrowing or indeed lending. So factor that in as well. Here's an interesting fact. Wednesday is a triple swap. What does triple swap mean? Triple swap basically means it factors in the fact that Forex markets in the futures settle 3 days in advance. So if you hold a position overnight through Wednesday, you're going to get charged 3 days worth of swap. I don't know why basically they do it on a Wednesday and not on a Friday, but that's where it is. The swap will triple on a Wednesday. Other days they are just the standard one swap, but triple swap on the Wednesday. So that's basically the swap. So it's important to understand what it is. Now, if you're trading on an intraday basis, that means you're buying and selling on the 15-minute chart, the 1 hour chart, 4 hour chart, and you typically close the trade in the trading day, or you might run it over a couple of days, then the swap isn't that important to you. But you need to factor it in, certainly if you're looking at swing trades. Swing trades could be a trade that may last days, weeks, months, sometimes even years. If you're trading swing, long-term trading, you need to make sure that you know what the swap fees will be on your trade. As always, if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't give me a thumbs down, don't forget to leave a comment now. I do try to read as many as I can and get back to you all in due course as well. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Don't forget to tune in live every Monday afternoon, 2 p.m. London time, if you follow us there on Facebook, where we discuss trading opportunities for the week ahead. Till the next video, happy trading and good luck.